Well, it's an interesting thing because if you see more often than not, I was having a chat with a few players about this. There's somebody who starts something, and more often than not, it's the retaliator. Who gets stuck and always gets punished. It happens in cricket also. So I think we need to get smart as to what needs to be done. Of course, a few gestures. If you can avoid it, it's in the best interest. But usually you have to be smart as to what people are trying to do and how you are reacting to a particular situation. I've said that in the past. We have seen teams doing really well, and all of a sudden they start losing in the same way. Some teams they do really well, and they start winning. So if you are leading in the series, or if you are leading in a particular tournament, it's because you have played good cricket. So you have to do all the things all over again consistently. So history doesn't really matter.
And what about preparation?
The preparation has been good. Last few days, we have spent in the nets. We have done a lot of fielding sessions also. So overall, quite prepared for the test match. The wicket as of today, because we went directly for the net sessions, we'll have a look right now. But a lot depends on how it looks before the start of the game. How much grass is taken off, and how much rolling is done, as to see how hard the wicket is. So we'll exactly see how it looks before the start of the game. And not to forget, it's very hot out here. Perth, it's a bit different compared to Melbourne and Sydney, so that will also be a factor. Well, it will affect to some extent, especially in the bowling department. We have to see how much grass is there on the wicket, whether the spinner will get some kind of an assistance or not. So, accordingly, the bowling department will be structured depending on the wicket. It depends, especially if you're talking about a particular test match. What happens is everybody is fantastic early in the morning, but once after the tea session, after a couple of barrels of beers, it gets a bit difficult. And if you see the Aussie fans, they are a bit aggressive in the sense they're quite verbal about it. But again, it's something that you need to learn, as to how you interact with the fans, and how you convert them into someone who wants you to perform as an individual, and may not want the team to perform, opposition team to perform really well, but get them or convert them to push you to perform. So these are the things that you learn apart from just going on the field and improving yourself as cricketers. That's why we have been doing it, and we are among the side that practices a lot. Our practice sessions, we have been trying to reduce the hours that we spend in practice, but we have not been able to do that. We are one side that usually spends close to 4 hours every day during the net sessions. So we try to, give guys rest as best as possible. So, all these recreational activities really helps doing that. हर बैटिंग लाइनअप जो होता है उसमें थोड़ी अनसर्टेनिटी होती है, बिकॉज एट द एंड ऑफ द डे जब भी एक अच्छा विकेट मिलता है, यू विल सी मोर ऑफन देन एंड ऑल 10 विकेट्स फॉल, सभी बैट्समैन आउट होते हैं. सो इम्पॉर्टेंट ये रहता है कि आप कितने कंसिस्टेंटली एक जगह पे बॉलिंग कर रहे हो, और किस तरीके से आप बैट्समैन को फोर्स कर रहे हो कि वो एक मिस्टेक कमिट करे जिसके कारण वो आउट हो. सो पेशेंस एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्टर है, स्पेशली अगर आप ऑस्ट्रेलिया में देखें तो पहले 20-25 ओवर के बाद बैटिंग के लिए विकेट काफ़ी अच्छा हो जाता है, थोड़ा स्विंग कम हो जाता है, एंड जो बॉल है वो बैट पे बहुत अच्छे तरीके से आता है, तो आप अपना शॉट्स खेल सकते हो, तो मार्जिन ऑफ एरर बिकम्स लेस. सो जो बॉलर कंसिस्टेंटली एक जगह पे डालता है, ज़्यादातर देखा गया कि उसे काफ़ी विकेट मिलते हैं. सकते हैं वापसी, और जहाँ तक आपने पोटेंशियल के हिसाब से खेलने की बात की है, तो ये सिर्फ आपको मैच के एंड में ही पता चलेगा कि वेदर वी हैव परफॉर्म टू द पोटेंशियल दैट वी हैव और नॉट. वी आर लुकिंग गुड, वी हैव प्रिपेयर्ड वेल, एंड जो चीज़ हमारे कंट्रोल में है वो सारी चीज़ें हमने अच्छे तरीके से की हैं. सो होपफुली हम इट विल रिफ्लेक्ट ऑन द फील्ड. हम ग्राउंड पे भी जाके सारी चीज़ें फिर से अच्छी तरीके से करेंगे, तो इट विल रिफ्लेक्ट ऑन द परफॉर्मेंस. Well, at times you lose in a few series, or you lose a few games, but till you are competing, it's good, because that's what you're supposed to do. At the end of the day, the team that has played consistent good cricket over the period will win the series or the game. But till you are competing and giving your best, it's good. But if you see in England, to some extent we didn't compete to the extent we should have, or in other words, we didn't perform to the extent that we should have on the field. So that's the area where you want to improve. You want to compete as an international side, and if you are doing that and yet if you are losing, then you just need to look at the areas where you need to further improve yourself as a team. Well, nothing really, because that's one good thing with our side. What really helps me is, the information that flows in from all sides, whether it comes from the experienced players or the vice captain or the youngsters, we all move in the same direction. And as far as fights are concerned, I've never seen the Indian team fight, so it's something that I think is happening maybe after a few beers, with the opposition. They're just sitting and dreaming of it, because it has not really happened. And that's one thing we are really proud of, when we speak about the dressing room atmosphere and how we love each other's success, so that has been the real strength of the Indian cricket team, and I don't see it moving in any direction. We'll just try to strengthen it further. Well, you die, you don't see as to which is a better way to die. So, we want to get back in this series. Of course, England, we were not really there, but we didn't really perform to the kind of potential we had. So, we have learned a lot from that series. We have learned a lot from this series also. It's just that we need to implement in the coming test match, with 2 more test matches to go. So we are hoping for the best. Something that some of our batsmen or our bowlers, are going through just once in their whole career. It has happened to almost all the individuals, especially if you have a long career. So, that's one good thing. They know how to get out of it. And in the same way, they help youngsters also if there's need, as to how you need to get out of all these things, and how you, turn all these things in your favor, take the positives out of it and look to perform on the field. Well, that's something I need to see. I take it, as the time comes. So what I really meant with that was, by 2013, I'll have to see where I stand when it comes to my body, whether I'll be able to survive, if for the 2015 World Cup. Of course, form is a big factor, but also what I need to see is, all of a sudden, I play till 2014 and I say, okay, I can't survive till the World Cup, and all of a sudden you have a new keeper coming in, has not played more than 30 odd international games. So, by the end of 2013, I need to decide, okay, I'm fit enough to proceed in one of the format, because it's not for the personal interest, as a for the country. What I want is, an individual who, if he is taking my place, he should have played at least close to 60 to 100 games, ODIs before he goes into the World Cup. So, it's what my personal thinking is, and we'll accordingly see, where it is. We have lots of time, before that. Well, if I want to see the 2015 World Cup, I'll have to retire from one of the formats. So, it's too early right now, as I say, I'm not that old, I'm just 30, so there's still time, and we'll see, by 2013, and it means, quite till the end of